I don't understand when people get married and then like right after they're married, they just complain about being married. Newlywed couples, if you're like a year into your marriage and you're like, being married is really hard, then I don't think you should have gotten married. I don't think marriage should be that hard right out the gate. When I lived in New York, I lived across the street from this like young couple. They lived in a brownstone, really nice apartment. One night, the husband came up to me and he was chatting with me. I forget what we were talking about, but his wife walked up. She was gorgeous. She looked like a model, to be honest. He's like, oh, this is my wife. He introduced each other. And then she was like, all right, babe, like, I'm going to go inside. Like, he's like, all right, I'm going to stay out here and talk to this Malcolm kid. He was talking to me. The minute she walked in, he was like, bro, don't get married. I was like, oh, okay. Like, how long you guys been married? He was like, 6 months, bro. Worst decision ever. Like, when you're just telling basically strangers that you're unhappy, that's a good sign that you're unhappy. Like, you must have known. Like, you literally a couple months ago weren't married to her. Now you're married and it's all downhill. Like, that early, that soon, you're already unhappy? I don't know.
Okay, things I didn't know about men until after I married my awesome husband. Their little hairs will find their way onto your toothbrush, but you won't know it until it's already in your mouth. They have magnets in their hands that anytime they're near you, it's like, boom, they find their way to your butt. You just get used to being your best friend that sometimes they may call you bruh or bro or something like that. They love to be close during sexy time, but after when it's time to go to sleep, they don't want to be touched. Don't touch them. They're probably going to act weird when you're on your period, even though it's not new. But it feels new to them every single time. They really won't understand the need for pillows. They're going to be really patient with you when you don't know where you want to go to eat, but inwardly, they are starving.
Tell me why somebody said the only reason you want to get married and have the government involved is because you want to trap your husband. Duh. I'm confused. Like, I thought we were all on the same page. And it was said like it was this like new profound revelation or something. Yes. I want you stuck. I want you locked in. I want there to be spiritual, emotional, and legal ramifications if you try to break this covenant that we went under God and in front of the government for. I'm sorry. I don't want this to be easy for you if you decide to dip out. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you're not willing to put your money where your mouth is, how do I know you really committed? Because I want somebody that loved me like Jesus loved the church, right? And guess what he did? He laid his life down. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not even willing to risk your money out of fear of financial ramification of divorce, you won't even risk monetary value, how can I believe that you would be willing to lay your life down for me? Because at the end of the day, most people put more value in their life than their money. Is that a twisted way of looking at it? Maybe. I don't know. All I know is, once we locked in, ain't no switching up. So I got that piece of paper. Just like I got that piece of paper for my house, I'm going to get that piece of paper for my husband. And you best believe, I ain't going nowhere, baby. You stuck with me, okay? And like, are people trying to make women feel bad because they want marriage and they're not willing to accept for being a forever girlfriend or common law marriages? Because that's so crazy. Why are you trying to... I don't understand that to any degree. Like, you just thought I was going to be cool out here with lack of security? Baby, no. I'm sorry. I want you to put your money where your mouth is, okay? We committed. We locked in forever and a day. Anyways, that's all I had to say to y'all. And I also got my nails done. Look, I got a new shape and color. I'm excited. But anywho, I'll holler at y'all later.
Here's another reality when you're dating somebody outside of your culture. Here's the thing, I'm from Tanzania, right? And my husband is from Serbia. One thing to know about me, yeah, I come from a family of Tanzanians. We're African, right? And let me tell you, when it comes to PDA, we don't play. Quite literally, I think growing up, I've only seen my parents kiss or hug 0 times. 0 times. Matter of fact, make it -5. I have never seen my parents be intimate in any way, shape, or form. With my husband's family, it's quite literally the opposite. The way that they are so openly affectionate with each other, I've never seen it a day in my life other than Hallmark movies. You know, where the families are very loving and they're hugging and they're kissing each other. Yeah, I've never seen that a day in my life. until I met my husband's family. Anyways, our Dan and I, affectionate, absolutamente, suavemente. We love to kiss, we love to hug, we love to make out. He likes to grab certain things that I will not say online. In front of family, we don't know each other. In front of family, we do not hug. In front of family, we do not make eye contact, right? Because that's just kind of the environment that I grew up in. One day, true story, my family is visiting from out of the country, right? And my husband comes home from work. He goes around greeting everybody, shaking everybody's hand. He gets to me. Right? He gets to me. I'm sitting down, he's standing up, right? And he's looking me deep into my brown eyes. One thing to know about Dan, his gaze is so intense. I swear every time he's looking at me, I feel like he's undressing me. Or am I just a pervert? I don't know. He's looking at me so intensely. And I get up to give him a hug. But what does this man do? What does this man do? What does this man do? He literally crouches next to me and gives me a kiss. On the forehead? No. On the nose? No. On the lips. On the lips. On the lips. I was panicking. I was feeling so embarrassed. I was so hot and humid that my pits were perspirating. I got so warm I could feel my 4C leave out revert back into its natural state. Did my family react in any way, shape, or form? No. You want to know why? Because PDA is normal. But that's not how I grew up, okay? And it just like sometimes feels like I'm living in another universe when it comes to cultural differences.
What did you say?
Well, I asked you if you ever heard the cow was outside. Well, I thought it was no, seriously, I thought it was a wounded animal.
Did you?
So it was like, So I started doing it back to it. Because I don't know, I thought the animal was wounded. So I just started doing it back. And then the painters next door working on the house, they were looking at me like, the fuck is he doing? But I didn't know it was cows back there. So ultimately, I discovered that it was just cows and not a wounded animal.
How did you discover that? How did that realization?
Because the next few days it kept happening. I'm like, damn, that animal's still alive. So it was a cow.
Did he ever call back to you when you called to him?
What? Yeah. That's why I kept going.
What did you say to him?
I told you. I did what he was doing.
And when did it come to you that it was a cow?
The next several days when it just kept happening.
Yeah, but like what popped in your head where you're like, oh, that's actually just a cow?
Because it only, that made sense. Like, for several days, the animal couldn't stay alive out there, like whining. But a cow could come back to that same little pasture and eat that grass. So that kind of just what had happened. I'm so serious.
No, you're